That's gettingcrafty.net. I'm just signing on. Let's go ahead and create a little bit of love. If you haven't checked out my blog, it's gettingcrafty.net. Super easy, super fun, big hair, just like me, don't care. That's kind of how we roll around here. And something I forgot over the last year is really finding the opportunity to celebrate all the little things. So today, it's Valentine's Day. Cheers. Nice to see ya. I'm using a Tiffany crystal glass that we got from Stampin' Up! Quite a few years ago as leaders within the company. And so I'm going to cheers you. Ching, ching. Okay, so I have some sparkly bubbles in there, and it's actually just a Waterloo orange vanilla, creamy, flavorful, delicious. Hi Hilda! Little seltzer. It's calorie-free, no sugars, just num-nums, but it sparkles, and today is a sparkly kind of day. I also have, did you guys see my card that I created earlier? Did you, Hilda? Did you see it? I don't know. You'll have to let me know. I'm going to pop on really quick. Make sure that these are being able to be heard loud and proud. We have, awesome. I'm going to hit the volume. Hold on. Perfect. Perfect. I'm going to make sure that this is shared because sharing is caring. And we are little Care Bears today. Yes, we are. I am so excited to be with everybody today. Let me see here. We're going to pop on to Facebook, make sure that they can hear me just as well. I am rocking all the Valentine love today. In case you were wondering, I love excuses to dress up. I love, let's just double check here. Yes, we can hear it on Facebook as well, which is so exciting. I love that so much. Let's put this into the Getting Crafty Stampers group and make sure that our stampers are sharing and having fun with us. Oh my goodness. I see multiple people watching this page. That's so awesome. Okay. Oh, where did I get that heart die from? Well, Stampin' Up! Sells it. It's the Adored Hearts. It's in there on my blog. It is, I've got like 12 sets of dies on my table right now. I didn't get to claim before we got together. It's one of my favorite sets of dies. It is linked in the video as well as on my blog, so you can grab that if you haven't already. And today I have the most delicious treat that I'm going to nibble right in front of you, and I was saving it for you guys. My friend Irina, she makes these gorgeous, if you haven't seen, chocolate-covered strawberries. And so, What you forget is when you take a big bite of a juicy berry, you can't talk for a little bit. But I do have my Tiffany & Company champagne glass. With my orange vanilla, creamy, zero sugar, no artificial sweeteners, num-num drink. And I have a beautiful custom card for you guys tonight. This here is this gorgeous, beautiful butterflies designer stamp set. It comes part of a bundle. I love it so much. Beautiful, the ribbon that we're incorporating and this gorgeous designer series paper. We've incorporated that last week. It's the Bloom Impressions designer series paper. Something just fell. And we're going to create tons of color because why not? The nice thing is a lot of what we're using today is free. So free. Free is a good word to have. And we're going to create a ton of color because it's gloomy outside and it's cold, but life is worth celebrating, and we're going to drink it all in with all the color that we might create. Oh, if you didn't notice, I have giant heart earrings. I have hearts on, and I even have red pants on, not leggings, full jeans, red jeans on today. So today is our Valentine's here in the United States, and I just love finding any excuse to celebrate. And sometimes when we get buried in life, we forget to do that, don't we? And there's a lot to celebrate. God gives us so many blessings, quite honestly. And I just think, let's do it. Let's celebrate it. I'm glad we're doing it together. So there is that. So the Adoring Hearts, it comes with this great embossing folder that I used for a recent project here. Yep, it is called the Adoring Hearts. And so you can actually just use the die cut, or you can die cut with impression and texture. It's really amazing. And so it's one of my favorite new bundles that Stampin' Up! Offers like that, which is really good. Cindy! Hi, sweetheart. How are you? If you guys haven't heard, right now is the best time of year because it's celebration. And celebrations, when I joined 19 years ago and I was 9 months pregnant, I had recently lost my grandmother, and I was expecting a baby 2 weeks after I signed up with Stampin' Up! And I did it anyway. And it's been wonderful. Wonderful to be part of this journey. And so today we're going to add a little color, a little bit of sparkle. I don't know if you guys can see the sparkle within the butterfly. And this is kind of what I would call a magic card. Very easy to do and so much fun. And we're going to create it right now. If you haven't already, give me some hearts, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can join with us. And I know you did, sweetheart. I'm so, you were so sweet. If you guys haven't heard, speaking of California, I will be going back to California in August for our Getting Crafty cruise, where we're going to be sailing out to one of my favorite islands, Catalina Island. When I tried for 4 years to get pregnant, we call it our magic island. I could not get pregnant. We went out there and I got my son. And so if he was a girl, he would have been named Catalina because my husband's Italiano. And so we're going to be traveling Catalina Island, which is kind of fun. It was owned by several families back in the day, but the Wrigley's family, the bubblegum and the baseball stadium, they own and have a huge mansion there on Catalina Island. Their famous waffles that you'll see right on the island is famous. There's lots of really cool history with the island. And then we'll be heading off to Ensenada, Mexico. And while we are at sea, we're going to be crafting every night with lots of prizes. So if you are interested in walking with a giant goodie bag, but tons of tutorials and explanations, and there's going to be displays and there's going to be presentations on how to do amazing techniques, you're going to walk away like a better stamper than ever before. Let me know. We are accepting applications right now for the Getting Crafty cruise, which is August 18th through the 22nd. So there is that. Let's dive in and start creating right now. Usually when I'm creating, I don't know if you guys know, I usually take and throw my hair up because if I lean forward, I feel like I can't hear. You guys, I can't even hear you. Let's just be real, but I feel like I can. So this is what I do. This is really what I look like a crazy person all the time. So there you go. Let's go ahead, turn around and create. We're going to zoom in here. You're going to have to overlook the chaos. So we actually call it chaos, not chaos, in our house because our puppy, we will talk in a baby voice for him forever. He is the master of chaos, my little boy. And then here's my yummy bubbly glass. Now, do you guys have a bubbly glass with you here today, Hilda, Cindy, anybody? Do you celebrate Valentine's Day? That's the question I guess I want to know. We're going to create this very vibrant and really pretty card, but we're going to get 2 cards out of 1, and we'll create the other card a little bit later this week. Look at this gorgeous butterfly, just the way it is. Stunning little collections. Not yet. Oh, well, I hear you. You know what, honey? I don't know that I celebrate Valentine's anymore myself because I generally just want to show my family I love them all the time. So that's kind of what it is. I did partner with Irina for these gorgeous chocolate covered strawberries. And we had that card that we just displayed today that came out for you guys. It's a really fun easel fold with chocolate covered strawberries there. And I think this is the kind of card we can give all year long. Super sweet. Yeah, I don't celebrate it either, Hilda. And I love a funky fold that's super interesting and adds dynamic to your project. But I was actually partnering with her in these delicious chocolate covered strawberries. So I'm going to take another bite while we're talking. And because you can't see me, I can talk with food in my mouth and create. Maybe not. Now, I'll be posting all these measurements on my blog for you. Now, this ribbon, this stamp set, this designer series paper, they are all free right now during celebration. And so are some of the tools we'll be using today. The Beautiful Butterflies was added to this gorgeous collection at the beginning of February, before the end of celebration. That only goes until the end of February. So you guys have a couple of weeks to make sure you grab yours now. I know, Cindy, so freaking good. Oh my goodness. And so one of the things is I hate waste. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this aside, and we're going to start with this white piece right here. It's a simple piece of basic white cardstock, and it is the thick basic white cardstock, and there's a reason why. We're going to be adding a lot of texture, heat embossing, and some moisture to this card to create this project. And I want to make sure, I might zoom in just a smidge right there. How about that? I want to make sure that this will stand up. It's almost like the reason we use watercolor paper. We want that thicker paper. Now, you guys, I literally had my white embossing powder. What did I do with it? If you were my white embossing powder, where would you be? Holy cannoli. Oh, goodness. I just had it here. I see one part of the project. I don't see the other. Hold on. You guys, if you saw my studio right now, you would be laughing. It's really a hot mess. But that's okay. Oh, I found it. Yay! Okay, it's behind me so that I didn't knock it over. Okay, so we're going to be using the white embossing powder. We're going to be using this embossing additions kit that we have, as well as the little brush that comes with it. And we're going to be adding the Take Your Pick tool crafting tips that you really want. Here, I like to use those, especially for these different techniques. Thanks so much, Cindy. I appreciate that, sweetheart. Make sure everybody likes and share the video. That's absolutely priceless. Okay, so what we're going to do, and I like to use our glass mat because you can do all these techniques and clean it up in a matter of seconds, which I will show you as well. This here is just a piece of basic white. What we're going to do is grab the Versamark ink pad. And because this is completely photopolymer, I like to use a Pierce mat just to give it a little bit of bounce. Now, when I told you we're going to be using the additions for the heat embossing kit, it comes with this embossing buddy, and you're going to want to just do a little drop, plop, and then kind of smear, plop and smear around. And what that does is it actually, if you can touch it with your fingers, will transfer the oils from your hands and kind of blot them out. So it prevents them from sticking anywhere on your cardstock because it is a porous surface. And I keep this on my table at all times, just in case you were wondering. Then we're going to take the Versamark and we're going to take these stamp sets. We have this little Time to Celebrate, and we're going to dab it very carefully in the Versamark. And place that at the very bottom. You want to be careful not to leave a line. So you want to do a wiggle, but not a rock. And then it gets stuck because Versamark's sticky and you can't see it. It's magic. You guys, I swear, it comes out as magic. If you haven't done heat embossing before, this is going to become one of your new favorite things if I can find my stamp set. You guys, I literally have my butterfly somewhere. Crackers. I was just oh, here it is. I put it aside to keep it safe. You guys, can you laugh with me today? It's Valentine's Day. I was very excited. My daughter has been attempting to sell her truck for about a year now, and praise the Lord, it's sold to an amazing veteran family today who has a locally owned veteran business, which is so wonderful. And I did drop this stamp set on the floor, so it has a little schmutz on it. If my friend Ina ever joins this, she will be laughing at me because this is all Yiddish. If you guys don't know Yiddish, I'm sorry. You should. It's amazing. It's so much fun to say. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp. And I really want the wings really close to the top. That's going to a lot for the greeting that's underneath. And it's invisible. So do a little wiggle. Do, 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 do. And it peels back. Now, technically, if you were to hold it at an angle, you should be able to see the reflection. I don't know if it always translates very well on a video like this. And I don't want to place this somewhere where I'm not going to find it. Doesn't that always stress you out? Like, your crafting surfaces are never as big as you'd like them to be. I would need them to be, like, huge and, ooh, rotate. Like a table that's on its own, what is that called? When the board turns around in your kitchen, usually. What is that? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And you can just turn your table from project to project. What is that board called? And you can see the powder here has translated. And you want to just scoop that white embossing powder. And I really want to go kind of around and around. And I see a little schmutz in there. Lazy Susan, yes. Cindy, you are such a good helper. Thank you. And we're just going to make sure it fills in all the nooks and crannies. Now, our crafting cruise is available, if you guys were wondering about that, with a payment option. And so it is all inclusive, and that makes it for a really fun trip. Now, what you want to do is grab that little brush and come in and make sure there's nothing that's not where you want it to be. Right? Because if there is, okay. Guys, if I can't breathe, what the heck, right? If there is paper or dots elsewhere, it's going to translate and melt there. And that's really what this technique does, is it melts heat embossing powder across the front of your card. And we're going to set this bad boy aside. Behind me. If I ask again, can you guys remind me that it's behind me? You may not be here when I go to look, quite honestly. And we're going to use our heat tool. One of the reasons I love our glass mat is that this is a very messy card, and it's going to allow me to hold it, not damage my acrylic nails, which I just had done today. Did like my little St. Patrick's Day nails, little sparkle and green. And this little tool is going to make life easier. Now, when we go to heat emboss, if you didn't catch the card we did last night or this morning that I posted, you guys should be able to see the heat embossing technique from here. We're going to hold it at a 45-degree angle until it sets. That's as simple as it is. It starts to melt, and I'm not using it like a hair dryer. I'm literally just moving it when there is a texture that molds up and sets. Now, clear on white or white on white is a really fun technique. And the faster that the heat tool warms up, the faster it will heat emboss. So say you were doing several cards with the same technique. I've got like a piece of strawberry, I think, in my throat. Excuse me. The faster it sets up, the next card will even be faster and faster. We had this butterfly background stamp set probably 10 or 15 years ago. And I was on a design team for Stampin Up. And so that card ended up getting me phone calls from like Stampin Up and from some of the top people on how I did that technique. And I would love to demonstrate that technique again. And I might do that with the stunning, beautiful butterflies. Now, beautiful butterflies are just that. They are gorgeous. They're full of life, full of color. And I don't know about you, but I do like to plant butterfly plants. Do you guys do that? I do. First of all, they're an easy plant. They pretty much take care of themselves, in case you were wondering. And I have the ink pads open that coordinate with the designer series paper and are in the Brights color collection. What I'm going to do is grab our little cup. Let's cheers, you guys, and take a sip. I'm going to encourage you guys, pull out the china, the crystal glasses, and have fun with things in your life. Okay, we're going to grab all these little blending brushes and turn them around so that we can color. And making sure I have all of them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to start with the Daffodil Delight right in the center of this beautiful butterfly right here. I like to think that it's kind of like the light within that's reflecting out. I also will tap the corners on the ink pads to absorb the ink that's not being used but is being collected in that general area. I don't know about you guys. I was struck down with the stomach flu this week with my kiddos. So I'm really grateful to be feeling better and back up again. And there we go with that gorgeous yellow in the middle, but it can get muddled and lost. So you really want to be kind of careful with that. And then I'm going to grab the pumpkin pie. And it doesn't matter which side you place it on. We're just going to come in off of the card first. So guys, come in from the outside of the card, and using your glass mat will allow for you to really just kind of come in and blend into the edges of that butterfly. This is one of my favorite techniques because you can make this as tie-dyed as possible or not. You guys can have a lot of fun with this. But I love, love, love having the edges have a sharp saturation of color. And the best way to create a smooth blending is to start off of the project and work your way up. It's kind of like you can't just jump to the top. You have to work your way into a project or a room or a conversation. Then we're going to take this gorgeous granny apple green, just tap another corner. And we're going to come off of the card onto the cardstock. Again, did we mention that I was using the thick basic white cardstock for this project? And the reason being is it's saturating and soaking up the color, and it's not going to bend as easily. We really want it to have a firm structure. My grandmother was a nurse, and she always talked to me about having like good shoes. She hated when I bought shoes from Payless. I don't even think Payless is around anymore, but I was poor as a single girl, and she was like, girl, save your money, invest in 1 or 2 pairs of really good shoes that will last you for years and will support you when you walk around. I think that's kind of true with our crafting tools as well. Okay, we're going to grab the Poppy Parade and tap that corner. You don't have to dig it in either, my friends. Isn't that vibrant? Ooh, 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 I love it. But as we're going in closer to the yellow, you have to be careful not to lose your yellow in the center. I think I did a little bit of that on this card. We want to really feature it. Now, as you're going, the heat embossing has actually sealed the surface of that cardstock. And so it's not going to get absorbed into that. Though you are seeing the butterfly kind of blend into the background, it won't stay that way. And I will blend it ever so lightly into the connecting colors, like right through here. And I don't want to go too hard into the green. It looks a little camo that way, and I didn't want a camo themed card. Though the veteran who purchased my daughter's truck today, praise the Lord, is making the truck into a camo truck that ties to his business. So that's really cool. And my daughter was like, she actually wanted to do that with this same truck, but because she's so busy with college, never gave it the time that she wanted to with the truck. And so selling it was an expensive lesson for her. Purchasing this truck was an expensive lesson. And I'm glad she looks at it that way. I'm proud of her. And then it's going to a family that really needed it. So, I think that's wonderful. And we have family that's currently serving in the military, so it's really important to us. And I want the edge again. Remember we talked about the edge here? I really want the edges to have a lot of saturation. It kind of makes the corners look grounded and balanced. So I see there's like a little bit of resistance here. I just want to go in and just kind of blend. These blending brushes are heavy duty, so you can just keep blending, and then that fills in the spot of which you were at. There you go. Now, this is where it gets a little messy. First of all, your crafting surface is a hot mess. Thank God for the glass mat. Yesterday and today I've been embossing on it with heat embossing. I did it directly on it, which means that the powders can get on it. And if you were doing this on your wood surface, it would damage a wood surface or a table. We ruined in California our dining room table with some of the crafting supplies on it, which really sucked. Didn't care for that crafting table. It really didn't. It was something my husband and his ex-wife had purchased so many years before. I was glad to see it go. And we got this gorgeous table that was handmade for us by a friend of ours that designs for HGTV. So there's that. I'm not sad. And that table's here with us now. It's Amish barnwood. It was gorgeous as a 10-foot table. This chamois came with the Glass Mat Studio. That Glass Mat Studio not only is going to give you a better resolution for your crafting, it's going to come with all the supplies that you need to create a better project. So I'm just using the chamois that came with it. We sell our own chamois as well for just the stamps. But this is designed just to be worked with this, and I do keep it in a clear case so that I'm ready. And it's almost always moist when I come up here, which is really great. Now, this is where the magic comes in. I'm going to zoom you guys in. There you go. like my sound effects. And here you can see the ink is actually sitting on top of the heat embossing, which is sealed. So what we're looking for is we're going to take the chamois, and don't dig it in too hard, but you didn't know is that your chamois is a little bit of a magician. And this little bit of moisture is kind of blending the colors together to create a little bit more of a tie-dye. But wow, did you see the butterfly just like pop out? So fabulous. And you don't have to dig hard. That running that little bit of moisture across the card makes the colors blend in a little bit as well. Those blending brushes are fabulous. And I see that little smear right there, and I'm not sad about it. It reminds me very much of tie-dye, and it makes me super happy. Thanks, Cindy. I think so too. So then you can rub your fingers, rub the ink off of your fingers. And this is a microfiber. So it's literally just a really high quality cloth with the water on it. That's all you've got to do. Linda! Hi, Lindsay. Nice to see you. Sorry. You got my text. Okay, good. I didn't know if you responded. And I didn't see it, sweets. And sometimes I get so busy I didn't see it. So I want to make sure you got that. And I sent you an email too, baby girl. So look for that email. Lindsay is actually the daughter of a really good friend of mine. So it's kind of like her mom is with us today. Hi. Laura is one of my favorite people. I can't wait to see her when we get to heaven. So this is our very colorful project. And this is where we're going to end up. So what we're going to do is take this really fun Daffodil Delight little satin ribbon that comes in our catalog. We're going to make an itty bitty bow. It's like an itty bitty bow. And I literally have the string still attached. I'm going around and I'm just kind of tucking it in, and then I will modify the bow to feel comfortable. We were just speaking about the crafting cruise, and I know Lindsay's mom and dad went on it years ago when we were doing it, and it was so great to have Bill, which is like a brother to me, and Laura, her mom, was like a sister to my heart, and I still have art that Lindsay and Laura bought for me all those years ago in my studio. I love it. It's a little coffee cup because my friend Laura knew. Actually, I still wear the socks that she gave me that had coffees on it and goats on it. So like that's just a happy little moment. Now, this is that gorgeous designer series paper that we used last week, and we're using it today to create a background. But don't waste all the goodness. So this beautiful butterfly stamp set also comes with a coordinating set of dies. And these dies do all kinds of fun things. So that's good, babe. I hear you. Lindsay's a mom to the cutest little chubby chick baby in the whole wide world. He's not even a baby anymore, Linz. He's all grown up. Okay. And we're going to take and die cut the center out with one of these butterflies. I'm going to create a card with that tomorrow. This paper is free for a limited time during celebration, my friends. You want to grab it while you can, or you can grab our starter kit and you can purchase it, get the discount and the free stuff. I'm telling you, best deal ever. I, again, joined 19 years ago with no shame in this game. I loved it, and I've become a leader within the company, which has been so wonderful, earning many trips. Right now, I'm actually working to earn the trip from Alaska. That's where we'll be going next. And with our crafting cruise and my year of work that I've got ahead of me, I am excited to be able to take my family all the way to Alaska on a all-inclusive paid trip by Stampin' Up. But I need to earn it. So every time you guys support me, oh, he had his first Valentine party. They have those? That's so cool. I don't think I ever went to a Valentine's party. So this is that great little butterfly that we die cut the center out of, right? We have this little accessory kit that comes with our celebration. It's an option that you guys can pick. And it has this little piercing tool. And I'm going to go in and pierce out the butterfly to create the most vibrant stained glass butterfly in the world. I love it. I want you to go to Alaska too. Girl, if you join my team, we have time to rush and we can still earn the trip if you really want to work hard for it. Your mom always wanted to earn the trip. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine if you earned the trip? Your mom would be like jumping up and down in heaven. And you could take your dad. Oh, I can't even tell you. You guys don't even know. Her mom was one of the best people in the whole wide world. And so, no joke. And then her dad is like phenomenal as well. Sorry, I can get started all day. All day. And we're going to move our butterfly hanging chads into the trash can because I don't need those for the next project. But we have this frame. And because I'm going to be using the outside, I didn't want to waste the inside. Use up the inside on another project. She would be so jealous. You're right. But she'd be so proud. Like, that was her goal forever. But you guys don't know is that Laura fought cancer for, was it 20 years, Linz? Laura fought cancer forever. I can't even. So let's all do me a favor and cheers to Laura in heaven and let her know that we just love her so much. She's probably seen Alaska now. She probably sees it all. Cheers, Laura. We love you. Okay, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to cry a little bit if we keep talking about it. Okay, so I folded our cardstock. 21 years. Okay. Why do you make me want to cry about your mama? Because she was the best. Okay, anyway, so Lindsay's mom and dad joined us on the cruise, and Lindsay's mom and I met at a leadership conference in New Orleans, and we quickly became good and dear friends over the years. And she was just the best. Anyway, and when she left, she entrusted us all to just love on the people that she loved the most, which is her husband and her daughter and son and her grandkid and just everything. And Bill was so much fun. You guys, you can't meet a better man than her husband, Bill. He was, he still is. He's still around. He's a nurse, right? He became a nurse, didn't he, Linz? Then we have this here. And again, all these measurements will be on my blog tomorrow at gettingcrafty.net. I have to get up early to do that. I didn't get to blog today. Instead, I was busy doing stuff. So there is that. Now we have this little tie-dye vibrant card right here, and I want to add a little bit of sparkle. Okay, we're going to just take my Wink of Stella, because if you know me, you know I love Wink. I love me some Wink. And we're just going to kind of color inside of the wings, just a little bit of sparkle. And really, Laura would have loved this card. Laura, even though she is fighting cancer, constantly made every nurse birthday cards and gifts, and other patients. She did the same thing. And no matter how hard her situation was, she never took it hard. She just kept showing love and joy. And when I moved here, she passed away shortly thereafter. And even before I passed, okay. You guys, the gift that Stampin' Up! Brings you are the people. It really is. Cindy's been with me on this journey for a long time, so I'm super glad you guys are here tonight. And Hilda's been joining. But cheers to... Well, I'm going to cry, damn it. Oh, I love that he volunteers. Tell him I send my love, will you? So Bill and I were so gregarious and loud on the ship. I know. Surprise to all of you. But people would ask if he and I were brother and sister. And so we finally just kind of lied and said we were. And people were, I know, I'm going to cry. I did cry a little bit. Okay, stop being messy. I don't like it. Like, life is yucky like that. I don't like emotions, especially when I'm live. Like, come on. But always when I see Lindsay, I know how proud her mama was of her and her brother and everybody and her grandbaby. Anyway, I just know that time here on Earth is really short. It seems like it's long without our loved ones, but it's short. And we get to see them again in heaven. So, yay. And I bet you at the pearly gates, Laura is one of those people that's like there with a welcome packet for everybody who comes in and a giant smile. And she's probably encouraging everybody. At my gym, they were just saying that it would probably win this award for the most encouraging. And I was laughing because I would never win against Laura. She's like the most encouraging person I know. Now, I took and shortened this card so that we have a unique little difference on the card. And I like a square card. And we're going to center this butterfly over the impressions right there, the bloom. Isn't that beautiful? It's got such a vibrant frame around it. And I know. And so Lindsay, if you guys are going to join us on the crafting cruise, you have to let me know. I would love, love, love that so much. So redemptive to have you guys there. Bring Dad. He should join us. And bring Will. He can hang out with Dad and Will and me, because you know I love your dad. Okay, we're going in. We're just going to create a liner for the card. When you send a card to somebody and it's on a colored cardstock base, you really want to add an internal piece to it that's like this on the inside. But let's just elevate that. Let's take that butterfly, which I have right here, and we're just going to add a little bit of yellow, just a real light coating of the yellow. And I know the Versamark is already on there. I'm not worried. They do not sell square envelopes anymore. They might sell 3x3s, but that's about it. We're just going to stamp, you guys, on the inside ever so lightly. And pull up. And actually, I don't like how that came out. So the great thing, my friends, with photopolymer is that I can probably just stamp right on top of it again. And that's one of the reasons I really love my Pierce mat, because photopolymer does not have bounce. Ooh, does not have bounce like rubber does. So it's not the same type of project. And so you want to come in, and when you want to make sure you get to the center of the stamp, and we're going to place it right over. And stamp. Nope, it's not going to line up perfectly. I can see a little schmear. Little schmear. Flip that baby over. Boom! I love it. I love this so much. They don't sell them. I wish they did, but I will give you guys a pattern on a square card envelope if you want. Would you like me to do that, Linz? Now, this is my boo-boo. Nobody will notice my boo-boo, Yogi. Yogi boo-boo. Was I only one that watched Saturday morning cartoons? And then we're going to place this inside. Decorating the inside of a card is such a fun way to continue a theme. And then we have our little glue dots. And we're going to roll it up like a little booga. Boop, boop, boop. Put it right into the center of the butterfly. And I found that my acrylics did not want me to let it go. So I used my little hook right there. And we're going to grab the bow, put the bow right on top. Right there. Ooh, I love it. So when you want to remember somebody, a bow is a great way to like look up different things. I know I watched it every Saturday too. Okay, Linz, I'll do that. I'll give you guys a really fun way that you can create a unique shaped envelope. So then on the inside, you have the yellow butterfly and you have this colorful outside. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you love it? Did you want to create a little vibrancy this cold winter day? I know I like that. And I'm going to let my hair down because I think I look better with my hair down, quite honestly. Let's see if I can turn this. Hi! So, cheers. Happy Valentine's Day, my friends. Tasty. We have a sweet little card. Thanks, Cindy. I agree. I'm all about the Saturday morning cartoons. It's tons of color packed into a smaller shape and a dynamic little difference. All it is just cutting off a piece of it. And then on the inside, you're going to have that really fun little addition of the yellow butterfly. You can write right over this and nobody's going to even notice the difference. If you would like to receive this card, go ahead and send me an email. Jamie, Jamie, at gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net. And with your name and email and an address, and I will pop off a card to you guys in the next week. Maybe this card, maybe a different fun card to brighten your day and add a little bit of color to your life. If you'd like to join us for the upcoming crafting cruise, make sure you let us know right away. Or if you want to make a great deal, score a discount on your crafting and join me in the top 1% of the company, because you can do it too. I'm going to be working to earn the trip to Alaska, and I'd love to have you join me alongside. So this is our beautiful card for this evening. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm still going to pop off, because I do 2 lives every time that we get together. I'm going to eat the rest of my strawberry. Not going to do it over talking, because then you can't hear me. Okay. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you guys. Have a good one. Spots are filling up for the crafting cruise. We have limited discounted rates, and it's going to be a great time. We're going to be walking side by side, waking up in the mornings if you guys want to work out with me, to enjoying brunch together and all kinds of great excursions. And I love Catalina Island and Ensenada, Mexico. Lots of great shopping and lots of great food. So I look forward to seeing you guys later. Have a good one. God bless. Like and subscribe if